Back hot show.
All right, guys, this is the Cloud9 podcast, season 1, episode 11. So, yeah, I was going to do this a few days ago. So, Tuesday, something ended up happening where it had to have my attention for that period point in time. Then, yesterday, I tried to do it, but my body would not allow me to be on this chair. I tried to do another show on my main channel, but I just did not feel good all day. I had my head was fucking hurting. My stomach was killing me. I thought I was fucking pregnant, dude. You know.
Whoa. Okay, buddy. Okay, that's much. That's much.
So I'm sorry. The show's a little bit late. This week it happens sometimes, but we always, end up doing it anyway. So how'd you feel this week, man? TSM went 3-0,
That's the first time the entire year. Every time they either went 2-1 last split.
Yeah. Or they went they would go like what, 2-1 or 1-2?
Or 1-2 or something like that. So they never had like a sweeping week. Which I was shocked. I thought that they were gonna do one of those like underestimate one of the teams and get one loss, but they didn't. So, but we'll dive more into that.
Yeah, like the biggest thing this week, you know what? It actually wasn't even the teams playing. It was mostly people talking about the Alphari benching. That's the crazy thing, is that the games didn't even matter. The only thing people talked about was the Alphari benching.
Yeah, which is not. That's not. I didn't like that. It's like,
that's not good, because that means people are still disinterested in the games. They're just talking about this random benching that happened.
One guy isn't the entire. Like, I like Alphari. I think he's a good top laner. And again, once we get to the TL topic, I'll have my thoughts of what I think might have happened. But one guy who just got imported was a big deal. Shouldn't have overshadowed the teams that perform well and overperform, like IMT, which just says to me that the broadcast is a little bit pushing a narrative, and the broadcast they really need to figure out how to build up better narratives than just focusing on one big one.
Well, that was actually going to be a problem coming into this year, because they had talked about it, I think, on like Hotline League and the other shows too. Now that Doublelift and Bjergsen are not in the league, it's hard to really build narratives around these other players, but that's their own fault. They didn't choose to build narratives on other players when Doublelift and Bjergsen and players like Sneaky were in the league, it was mostly Bjergsen, Doublelift, Jensen, Sneaky, and like Someday were like the big ones people normally always talked about.
Sometimes Aframil, Huni was more of a meme because it's like, well, he's getting paid money, but so, let's be real. I'm not gonna deny that.
It was Cody's son for a little bit there.
Cody's son,
that Tristana play that made him
with Rikara and him as well, like the fight for the ADC position. And then there was like the whole Demonte thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to when all sports have greats leave. Like, eventually Tom Brady's going to retire. LeBron James is going to retire.
Peyton Manning retired, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, Peyton Manning retired years ago.
Yeah.
When Michael Jordan left, LeBron James came. I'm sure there's going to be somebody else that's going to take up this big mantle and is going to be the superstar. But you have to find someone promote it, and like you said, they didn't really promote it.
Yeah, they only promoted Jensen when it catered to them specifically. Like, oh, Jensen made the first team All-Pro over Bjergsen. It's like, what?
Right.
So, dude, remember there was that split where Jensen had the most solo kills of anybody in the league, and he still didn't win MVP? I remember thinking to myself, you give it to Doublelift? Doublelift had a super team around him. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Holy shit. I mean, no, Doublelift and Bjergsen, they also deserve it too. For that split, that was what, LCS 2016 summer? For me personally, Bjergsen, Doublelift, Jensen, and Impact and Smoothie deserve MVP. People were saying, oh, Biofrost deserves MVP. No, what?
I mean, he was the standout support, remember?
But he wasn't the best support, though. I think Afram was better during that split, too.
But they didn't make Worlds.
No, CLG did. Remember, it was
Oh,
2016.
2016. Yeah,
Yeah.
2017.
Good God,
Potato.
2017. Holy shit, he was better in 2017. I think he was much more sophisticated in 2017. And they're like, you know what? Let's just announce on Reddit we're gonna kick them both for Sven and Mithy.
Yeah.
But man, dude, like this past week shows me people in this league scene are some soft, sensitive fucking pussies. Holy shit. God
Agreed.
damn.
NA.
Oh my God, dude. I've never seen such a soft bunch of sensitive motherfucking horse cocksucking pussies in my life. Holy shit.
You just summed up NA.
Like your team, TSM, beats Team Liquid in one game, and this dude's in my comment section going, "Oh, they didn't just bench Alphari for one game." I know that. I literally said in the video, it's a title. I have to fucking get you to click on the video. You know? I know they didn't just bench him after one game. That'd be retarded. It's like, this is what I explained to my friends, because my friend, he watches League just as much as I do. He was like, "What do you think happened?" Here's what I think happened. Because now they play games on stage. They probably were scrimming. They didn't do too well in scrims. So they're probably thinking to themselves, well, we're probably going to be a better stage team than a scrim team, right? Because, scrims are scrims. Let's not take them too far, right?
Or a pandemic team. And when I say pandemic team, is they're playing at a facility or they're playing at their house. That's what. So I just want to clarify that for everyone who's here. That is when I say pandemic team, because this is basically, we're still, even though the vaccine, we're still in COVID-19. Yeah. It's a pandemic. Was that like most people around the world are playing pandemic style?
Dude, LEC is going to be playing online. It's like, that's kind of crazy. I would never anticipated, like last year going into this year, when we finally got stage play back, that the LEC was going to have stage play after the LCS. Like, what the hell? But, so I'm factoring to myself, they probably scrimmed a bunch. Scrims did not go too well. LCS announces they're going to have the LCS on stage without a crowd. They're probably thinking, okay, scrims are scrims, but let's see if we're a better stage team. The scrims are probably still going to dog shit. They play the one game against TSM, and losing to TSM sucks. It's like TSM just has that sting when you lose them. It's like,
but why? That doesn't make any sense. The
rivals. Like, it's just it's just a rivalry. That's all it
rivals, but like, okay, they're not the TSM that they used to, like, I guess, fear in the LCS, right? Mm-hmm. But they ended up third. Was it third or second?
TSM was second. TL was.
They ended up second in the summer split. So why would you be upset that you lost to the? If this was like GG on the first day, I would be upset. Like, yeah, like we were supposed to be like, but this is a team that beat us in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I believe they did, right? Or they lost. No, they lost.
Yeah,
and they even lost again, I think, in the second matchup too.
You're talking about last split? No, TSM 2-0 Team Liquid last split. They 2-0 them, but then TL they won both of the best of fives in the playoffs.
Yeah, they won that's what I'm saying. They won both of the best of fives in the playoffs. So that's my thing. It's like, well, this is a competitive team. You lost to a top team within the top
three team, yeah.
Right. Why are you upset in that? Like, you shouldn't, like, but continue on. But that's what I want.
You're fine. That's pretty much it. They probably were like, fuck, dude, we lost to TSM and now we're not even a good stage team. It's like, you were right. Why are you judging if you're a good stage team after one game? You just played one game on the stage. But then again, Alphari probably disagree with how their drafting may have been going. Maybe player motivations. Because let's be honest here, dude. Like, I love Jensen. I think at some points he was better than Bjergsen. But Jensen has not played good, like, all year. Outside of, like, the last playoffs.
I think Jensen has slacked.
He's, like, massively dropped off. You would think, like, Bjergsen leaving, Perks coming in. Okay, he's going to still play as good as he did when Bjergsen was in the league. I mean, it's just not been that way. Like, he's been on a downward trajectory. Like, dude, I know we had our, all-pro teams for LCS 2021 spring last split. Dude, I really didn't want to put him in the third team, but it was like, who else could I put in? Like,
I don't know. I think so. Here's I think what happened. I think, like, and I said it before, even in real life. Well, real life, because we go, yeah. Yeah.
You're not
I'll let that one
Twitter,
slide. I'll get you back later. Don't worry.
You're not on Twitter bitching and moaning about some random dude who doesn't know you at all.
No, I don't have no time for. I don't have no time for thugs and gangsters online. But I think what happened is it's also in the real world where I think Americans they can't take criticism. They just can't. Like I like you give them, you tell them that hey, you suck at your job, and then they're like, no, I'm not sucking. You just don't see the potential in my work. Like, what if you just suck? Like, and that's how you know who's a good like a Double If or a Bjergsen or like the great players in NA that have that like
have won titles. Yeah,
that like when Bjergsen had a bad split, he had a better split the next time because he got called out. I think Alphari might have called out people, maybe even talked to Jat and be like, "Hey, I thought this draft was piss low dog shit," and Jat's like, "Who are you to tell me?" Because like I don't know if you saw
for years.
Yeah, like I don't know if you. To me, when I saw Jat, Jat seemed a little bit emotional when he was talking in that video. He was like, "This was not a move that I wasn't expecting to do." So basically, someone challenged you, you didn't like it, you benched them. That either tells me you don't like to be questioned in your former authority, even if you could be possibly wrong.
It could have been Dodo too, because remember Dodo's also on the coaching staff too.
Right. So it could have been. Yeah, it could have been. I think people may have called out, feelings may have got hurt, and like it's supposed to make you get better. You're not supposed to get animosity because the person wants you to get better. Maybe his approach could have been like a bit more tactful. I'm not saying like pampering a 5-year-old, but so yeah, the Alphari tweet was the best part of the drama, Alex.
Hello, Alexander. How you doing, man? Alphari's tweet is the best part of this drama. That is true. That was absolutely hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Which I don't know. Because he did sign a deal for that. Because I was looking at his contract, it wasn't a year. It's supposed to last till 2023.
He's got 3 years on that thing.
So, are they really gonna be like? Well, are they gonna try to sell him like the way that tweet? But I highly doubt that.
Let's look at it this way, because we both have jobs, right? Or you've been in multiple jobs, right? Professional jobs, right? So it's something that I don't think people understand. To me personally, you being a professional is you doing your job correctly. I could care less what you do outside of your job. I don't care if you go on Facebook and you have a girlfriend and you post half-naked pictures of her. As long as you're in that fucking auto zone fixing my car, I'm good with you, you know? But I think people, for at least the LCS community or like the League of Legends community, they want to, and we've talked about this before, and it just blows my mind, dude. They're like, we want players to be themselves. We want players to express their feelings. And then they're like, player X player, whatever does it. Oh my God, you're toxic. Oh, no. Unprofessionalism. What? You cannot have that. It even happened earlier this year. Granted, Fudge played pretty bad when he first started. Remember Fudge was trash talking? Oh my God, why is he trash talking? It's like, dude, it's trash talk. It's not supposed to mean as much. It's just bullshitting.
And it's either he lives up to it or he doesn't.
Right. And then people don't understand this. And it's mostly from people who just, guys, I'm not trying to be mean here. If you watch this on playback, I'm not trying to be mean here. Don't take us the wrong way. You don't probably have a job, because the only type of people that speak like that don't have jobs. You literally don't. Or you're just a sensitive pussy. That's just all it is. Like at my job, my boss can be very, very hard. My boss is, let's just call her Reginald. My boss is a Reginald, but she's not saying it in a certain way to make me like feel upset. She wants me to do better and do good things. That way, production value keeps going, and I feel like a lot of people don't have those type of interactions enough to really understand what that means though. Like I personally believe this. If he's criticizing on the right levels, like he's like, hey man, why is my mid laner and my jungler doing this stupid 2v2 when their 2v2 automatically loses no matter what they do, and then they're dying, giving over pressure on the map? Like we can't have that, and there's other things. Guys, I'm just making up scenarios here, right? But my issue here is like people take getting called out like someone's like attacking your mom. Like remember when we were criticizing Fudge, people legitimately thought we were like attacking this guy's mom. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
No, we're not. Gameplay, like we're supposed to. Like we're not being biased. Like because then if we don't call out his mistakes, then we're then we're white knighting. Like
Mhm.
I don't
That's the
understand why
thing. Like,
they would.
I love Cloud9, dude. But when they're making tweets going like, "Oh, where's the fudge haters now?" It's like people were acting like we were calling out this dude's mom. Like, no, what? Where do people get this stuff from? I don't know.
Imaginary. They read. They try to find an imaginary book on a shelf and come up with stories.
Remember that
Uh,
person you called out who was saying you were being emotional and shit, and you like
yeah, I'm
made
like,
fun
I'm
of
not being
them?
emotional. Like, I'm telling you how I'm giving you facts and I'm providing things that I see on the screen. If I want to be emotional, I would get angry. I would just get loud, and I'm not. I'm just telling you the facts. Like, my thing is, and also I don't understand how Team Liquid doesn't take that as a good thing. Don't you want someone to speak up now than rather, like, because what? There's 29 games. I heard they have to play 27 games this split. Would you rather him bring this up? I don't know. The 16th game in the split now, and then you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, instead of he's coming to you right now, I think that shows that he wants to win badly. Like, it's a positive and a negative. Like, wouldn't you want someone to speak up right now instead of be
Yeah,
like,
like I don't understand some of these LCS teams' mentalities. They want players to speak up, be themselves, and say that what they are truly feeling, but then you're benching them potentially after what they say. It's like where like I'm gonna go insane. Like that would legitimately make me go insane. Like you want it's like being in a marriage, right? And like your wife is like, hey, can you tell me how you really feel? And you tell her how you really feel, and she's like, oh, I can't accept that. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? I'm gonna snap my neck.
right,
People are insane. It's like back when I had my ex, and she would ask me, like, tell me how you really feel. I don't want to like talk about my own personal feelings, right? But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, whatever. I'll tell her how I really feel. When I tell her that, she didn't give a fuck. I'm like, then why are you asking me? Like, I don't understand when these teams have their meetings and they genuinely ask for criticism of like coaching staff, what the other players could be doing, how could we be drafting, how could we be playing around the game? If we're centering on one player, how do we play around that player specifically? Why are people taking this shit so offensive? It's like, do you want the region to be better? Do you want to eventually win an MSI? Do you want to win a world championship? Then we got to start looking at what some of these imported pro players that you're buying these pro players for a pretty nice premium, right? So if you're buying perks, so I ought to listen to that guy. If you're buying Alphari, I'm going to listen to that guy. If you're buying Impact, I'm listening to that guy. Like you watch traditional sports, right? You're a Yankees fan. You're
yeah.
What basketball team? You're a Knicks fan, right?
I'm a Knicks fan. I like most teams except the Jets and the Mets.
Dude, like on basketball courts and football fields, they always have dudes always talking massive shit to the coaching staff and to the players, right? But
Right.
it's because they genuinely want to get better. It's nothing that you taking seriously. You know
I
what I
want to
mean?
answer this comment once you're done.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You can answer right now. It's fine.
So like, and then the second one. So Alphari's been in the league since 17 from EU, and EU is pretty brutal. Like, come on, Forgiven was known as a bad
Yeah,
teammate,
very
right?
bad. Oh,
But
God, dude.
but they still played with him. This is the first time I've heard news like I want anybody to go on Reddit and find where Alphari find an upset tweet, a Xerxes tweet, a Destiny tweet, a Max Lore, all of his other teammates. I want someone to find where they said Alphari was being a bad teammate. No, he's not on the team now, but that's my point. Like if Alphari said
What you're basically
something,
saying is there's extreme cases and there's cases where it's just being a genuine teammate. You know what I
yeah,
mean? There's a difference between those.
if Alfari is bringing it up to the team, how is that a bad teammate? He's bringing something that he wants to get fixed now because he wants to go to Worlds. He hasn't been there since 2017. You
Kind
would
of
want
funny.
it badly. Every
He
player
got
strives for
benched.
that.
It's kind of funny. He got benched when the LCS posted that replay video of the Misfits versus SKT quarterfinal match.
Right. That's
Like
like
you
fuel
know
the
he wants
fire
to go
right
to
there.
World. Like he's been playing since Misfits and EU Challenger back in like 2016. Like he wants to do well, and like you can tell him and Core JJ are the star players of the team. They're getting paid the most money, and these are your best players of the team. And Alphari was gonna be my other MVP outside of Dardoch and Blabber because that guy was insane. That guy was legitimately insane. Like if you want him to be that Alphari that you got from Origin, then you have to listen to this guy, because what people don't understand is that not all players are equal. And that, I know it's going to sound kind of like, what's that word? Prejudice, or like kind of being mean. No. In a team environment or a work environment, not everyone is the same. Like, if I have a boss, that boss is nowhere near my level, and vice versa, right? I'm not near a boss's level. So some people have to be catered to differently based on their position, their positions of power. So like, let's say right now in this like video we're doing right now, if I brought in Bill Gates and then I have some random dude in here, who am I going to cater to more, Bill Gates or you? Now, and it's no disrespect to you, who am I really going to cater to more? Not power angles and struggles and teams are not created equally. Who are you going to cater to more, Perks or fucking Golden Glue if he was your mid laner? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what are we doing here? You know,
you're saying that, I mean, coaches have flamed people too. It goes both ways. It's like, I don't get it. Like, what makes, like, I get what you're saying, and
I get what he's saying.
Like his last, Josh's last comment was like that. I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. Do you want him to bring this up game 1 that's apparent and he sees it as a pro player, or do you want him to bring it up in game 16 when you only have a few games left to make it to Worlds and stuff? That's my question, because
let's bring it up in playoffs when we're about to lose Cloud9 again.
Bjergsen had brought it up when he was on a team that he had issues, and he had a problem too. Bjergsen wasn't the best teammate. Let's not like Bjergsen might be considered the messiah of NA because he looks great, and you know he's always humble on stage. But look at some of those TSM legends. He was a little bit toxic too. So let's not make it seem that just because Alphari, it's all Alphari, you know. Like, sometimes people don't know how to convey ideas and say it, and then they can put it out in a toxic manner, and it happens. Okay, but he's bringing it out because he wants to win. Like the guy wants to win. I mean, look at Dardog. He's you think he's not still a little bit toxic? That guy's been on more teams, as much teams as Kickus at this point in his career. Like, are we really gonna go on this angle? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's just one, and it was one game. And if he's pointing it out, then clearly he wants to win. That's the way I look at it.
Paying this guy $3 million. I'm pretty sure you should be listening to this guy. And like, I'm not saying his words matter more than someone like Tacticals or Jensen's or Santorans, but it kind of does when he's playing the best on the team, though. At that point, it matters. Because if he's playing like dog shit, like someone like, I don't know, like fucking, I don't know, Niles was, right? Okay, he probably wouldn't give a fuck what he's saying, right? But this is a little bit different here. You imported this player because you clearly see him as a really good Western top laner. Then his opinion gets to matter more based on what the pedigree you're setting for him. And like, I'm not a stats guy. I don't think stats really fucking matter in my own personal opinion. But if you look at the stats, he actually literally is first in everything. I saw like one thing.
Yeah, I got the tweet. Share, right? I got the tweet.
Yeah.
Doublelift posted. He said Alphari and LCS Spring. KDA first. Kills first. Deaths 10th. That means he barely died. CSM first. Kill participation second. Damage for a top laner first. Damage per minute first. Gold at 15 minutes first. CSD. CS at 15 plus 16. Solo kills first. This guy is performing. Like, I don't get so benching him. Like, he literally said in the tweet, TL should play him or they're running it down for summer split. If Doublelift is saying this, who is, like, mind you, Doublelift has been toxic too, and he acted toxic too. So let's not, like, this whole toxicity thing goes over. You're supposed to call out coaches. Like, there's been coaches in the NBA that got called out by players.
Well, Jackson got called out a little bit too. Doc Rivers got called out.
Doc Rivers got called out. Like, it happens.
Doc Rivers got called out by his son. Do you know you're
like this thing happened? Like, it's nothing. It's nothing out of the norm. I mean, is it like something you want to see? No, but should they address it? Yes.
But this also goes into the fans too. Like, fans want answers, but then go like they don't like the answers that they're given. It's like, what do you want then? What I like to ask any fan that's going to watch this, what do you want? You keep asking, because fans always ask this. Oh, we want answers to these questions about why this org made this decision. Org puts out things, players put out things. No, I don't like what we're given. No, I don't like that. What do you want then? You can't cherry pick what is good and bad. Like, most orgs technically are going to lie to you. PR bullshit, right? But if a player like Alphari is going out there and saying is like his tweet pretty much kind of alludes to what's going on, is that not good enough? Like, is that not good enough? I don't know. Do they want to keep Alphari? And that's the thing, though. Let's say next year. Let's say in the 2021 offseason after Worlds 2021, year's over, shit's over, teams start to rebuild for 2022, right? Do they want to keep Alphari? Because I'm pretty sure Cloud9 has enough money to buy Alphari. I like Fudge. But if you had a choice between Fudge and Alphari, I know which one you're going to take, right? I for sure hope you would take Alphari, right?
Yeah. I know who I'm picking.
TSM just got $210 million. You think they're not going to throw $5 million to Alphari if Huni starts shitting the bed? I don't care if they have Hanser on their bench. Hanser, Huni, or Alphari, which one are you taking? I'm pretty sure taking Alphari, right? If they want to keep their star player and potentially win more titles, they probably should treat this guy a little bit more differently than the other players do. Because let's be honest here, outside of them having double lift when they got their back-to-back 4P, they haven't won titles, but they have made finals and they have made high placing still after double lift, but they haven't been able to secure a title yet because they need a player like Alphari and you need a player like CoreJJ. If you want to keep this guy after Worlds, something has to straighten up here. Now, it might be a player thing too. It might not even be Jad. Let's just say that for the sake of the conversation, right? What if it's another player? What if it's a player he has an issue with? Let's be honest here, dude. Has any of them really been playing well outside of CoreJJ? Tactical's been playing like some dog shit recently. You know? Santorin's not really looked that good. Jensen hasn't looked that good. He's probably thinking like, okay, I'm going to leave EU, go to TL, have a pretty good NA team, have a shot at going to Worlds later on this year, potentially, right? Why is Jensen and Santorin and Tactical fucking sucking? What?
Right.
Like, what? I didn't come in. He didn't come to NA for that.
Right, he didn't come to NA for that.
Like I don't know. There's just so many different things I could say, but just to kind of like sum it up, I understand potentially why they benched him. If that's how they feel they need to do that, then that's what they need to do, right? But yesterday, I saw Jenkins playing in Academy, actually. So potentially, he'll start this week, right? But then again, this is going to come up again. The same issue will come up again. Whether or not, and it doesn't matter if they're winning. Because these teams play scrims a bunch with a lot of different teams, and there's other things that they'll have throughout this year. So, like, they'll be in playoffs, potentially going to Worlds. These other issues will come up. This is not just a one-time thing. I've seen this many different times with teams. Whether or not I don't know all the ins and outs of every situation, I've seen this happen too many times. So, if they really want to keep this guy moving into next year, because you know Cloud9 or TSM or 100 Thieves will buy this guy. Like, let's be honest here. They will buy him. And if he wants to leave, most of the orgs are like, okay, if the guy wants to leave, we'll just let him leave. So if you want to keep that guy, let's buckle down and see what's going on with the team. Because, outside of the 2-star players that they have, the other players, which are like quote unquote rocks for Team Liquid, they haven't even been performing that well anyway. Jensen has had a pretty bad year outside of playoffs last split. And then you also have Santorin, and he's not looked that good. I don't even really know why people were telling me last year when we had shows that Santorin was going to make CL better. No, he's not. He's really not. It's like, what? He's not made them better. Now, he might still be dealing with his migraine pain. So fair enough to that. I've had migraine pain before. It's hard to deal with. Tactical, yeah. He's played okay, but not to the standard that we know him for. But yeah, go ahead, man.
So Josh had another comment.
Yeah, sure.
If those rumors are true, that's not the first player. Broken Blade on TSM didn't do a lot of solo queue, but the guy still played well.
Reckless doesn't like doing solo queue either.
But there's a lot of players that don't like the solo queue because they feel it's not good practice.
Bjergsen didn't either. Bjergsen was in Diamond 2 before he retired.
Yeah, like there's a lot of and even I saw on PoE's account it was D1 and I think D2, but now he's gotten to Grandmaster. Like this is if that rumor is true, so what? It's other players. Some players do it in and have done it in EU. Some players they just don't like not EU, but this has been known in NA because they just don't like the solo queue. They even Double It mentioned it. They doesn't like the solo queue environment.
Solo
for
queue
NA.
environment's bad. Like it's bad. Like I hate solo queue here. It's dog shit. But yes, I do. There's another thing too. I should probably add in as a double-edged sword. If Core JJ, your other star player, is asking for it, that's an issue too, because you have two star players and one of them's asking for one player to get benched. The other one is like having issues with coaching staff. It's like, which one do you listen to? And if they're in that position, then I can understand the benching though, because Core JJ is also a player you probably also want to keep. Let's be honest here, dude. Other teams, just like I said with Alphari, if there's a chance for these other teams like Cloud9, TSM, and fucking 100 Thieves to get Core JJ, you don't think they're going to go get him when his contract is over? You're out of your mind. They will go and buy him. That's literally how that works, you know? So if they want to keep their star players, there's got to be a change. You know, I'm not saying I've been in Jazz position. I've seen people in Jazz position because I used to play traditional sports. I know it's hard to cater to like some star players. I know it can be, but they have to see what their priorities lie. Do you want to keep Alphari happy, or do you want to keep Core JJ happy, or is there somewhere in the middle right here?
I mean, because let's be honest, outside of like let's look at top laners for the West, because they're probably not going to get a Korean, or they might. If they're going to go anywhere is TCL, because you know with the success of Armor and Broken Blade, they're not going to do Korea. They're not. I don't think they're going to do China unless like someone like Sword Art, where his English is actually not too bad.
That's so really, I don't know. I don't know what LS is. I don't know what people. Not LS. My bad. Sorry, wrong person. I don't know what the community thinks of Sword Art, but that guy's been playing really well, and I don't agree with people now. Like, oh, he's not playing too well. You don't watch. I know for sure you don't watch the games. I know for 100% fact you do not watch the games if you think that guy's playing bad.
Right, and his English
would not be first place without Sword Art. I'm just telling you right now.
And I think the language barrier helps. So, but like what I was getting at is like let's look at the top laners that are available, if they were to be available. Is the team gonna okay? Let's say they get rid of Alphari. Bippo could potentially come here, but is Bippo to me is a side grade over Alphari, hands down. I dare anybody to say, even though Bippo's made it to Worlds, it's his team that he's had around him that's has gotten to Worlds. I don't think it's vice versa, to be quite honest with you. And then Wonder ain't leaving that team. Come on, dude, that's a guaranteed spot at Worlds. He's not leaving that team. So then, and Arma is on Mad Lions, so like
he just won the title. He's staying there for a while.
Odawamne is getting old. Like he's about to hit 25. So who do you take from so if TL
the only other people in NA is like Licorice. And
Licorice,
that's still a side grade,
and he's a side grade, and we've seen that he needs pieces around him to shine. Like he was supposed to be like, you know, the standout player for FlyQuest, and he's been mediocre to above, a little bit under average, not average, but just a little bit better. So I don't see them doing it, because then they'd be shooting up, like we saw Jenkins lose. so like you really think come on, like that's shooting yourself in the foot if you get rid of Alphari. I don't see that move happening. That'd be dumb. I would see probably Santorin being moved. I could definitely tell you that. Mark my words. I don't know why they grabbed
him. I don't know why they grabbed him.
Santorin is not going to be on that team next at the end.
Well, he has a 1-year contract, and isn't Core JJ's contract up at the end of this year anyway?
I think so.
Right?
I think he might retire because he's getting old and he's married now. So,
all that married life, man. You got to retire for the wife. But like, sorry, Josh. TL legit traded Double F last year to keep Core and Jensen happy. If Double F is okay to get traded / bench, Alphari doesn't have a chance to fight that influence. Also, I felt that TL was stupid for doing that last year. And dude, I completely understand what you're saying. Like, there's 2 star players in the team. Who do you want to keep happy? Core JJ or Alphari? Like, at that point, that's 50-50. It's like, outside of maybe Vulcan, because Sword Art's staying on TSM for a good amount of time, who else are you really getting outside of Vulcan for Team Liquid in terms of supports if you lose Core JJ? They'd be in the exact same position, you know? Are you going to take Smoothie? You might as well get out of the LCS then.
There's no real standout. Like, I mean, Aframoose is basically, I think,
picking it up, but you know, he's getting older.
I legitimately believe that this is probably his last
year.
He's I don't mean to downplay it. I think it's one of those things like pole vaulter, like they don't know when it's time to leave the game and be a better influence onto people, like how Mithy, like how
Mhm.
Jez is. Even though Jez is always gets put into a player position, like Mithy knew, hey, it's time for me to leave. It's not good. Dyrus knew it's time for me to leave. Is something better to do, or be a coach, or be some do something
Mhm.
else. Like some of these players, and it's a paycheck. It's a paycheck. So
Hey man, Core JJ could join 100 Thieves Academy.
yeah, that is true. So that's why I don't have anything more else to say about the Team Liquid.
No,
That's my
yeah,
opinions.
like I don't in that position, I wouldn't know what to do. Honestly, who do you choose between Core JJ or Alphari? It's the same
I'll choose
situation.
Alphari. I'm sorry.
Really? Okay.
I think the reason because it's harder to find it. The reason because I'm looking at like it's hard because we've seen that. I think it's a people don't understand that this is a support meta. A lot of the draft is based around a support on like between like Nautilus and Thresh and all these supports. Like we saw even Seraphine. Like a lot of the drafts are with the engagement support. So that's why I think if the meta was to shift, which I don't think it is, to enchanters anytime soon. But like supports have been relevant, but it's mostly been mid laner and top laners that have shown um, you know, highlights of their careers. Like outside of what Lust Boy, Mad Life, now recently Ming, Core
Talking about
J,
like top tier supports that I've
top tier
seen.
supports throughout the years.
Like a
Like you
lot
can't
of them.
really
Oh shit, Gorilla.
Gorilla,
Yeah,
but I
fuck,
mean,
man. I gotta have to
but,
dig into my fucking subconscious here for that shit.
yeah, but I'm not. But
You mean
but
Jez's?
like Gorilla would be in the talk. Jez, Gorilla would be in the talk, but he wouldn't be in the top 5 of player like on like he'd be like 8th or 9th. You know what I mean, or like a 11th, 12th.
Or you mean Wolf?
Well, yeah, Wolf. Yeah, which again, he's a product of his team. That's why like some players look good. Like take the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul is a floor general. If a floor general knows how to produce gives 10 assists, that can equate from anywhere from 20 points to 40 points. Like that's production. You know what
Here's
I
what I
mean?
would say. It's like, how would I say this? It's like the way TL's played throughout since they've had Core JJ, even with Double Lift. He's like what you would probably call their team leader, right? So you replace your team leader for a top laner. It's like Suning. Remember when Suning replaced Sword Art? They ended up like 12th place, but they were
They ended up
replacing with
actually. They ended up
eighth, right?
eighth.
Eighth.
Yeah,
Ugh, but they looked rough without Sword Art for a little bit
they
of the
were
season.
rough, and then they picked it up. I
Yeah.
agree.
So like you replace a leader-ish figure for a better mechanical player, hoping that he would become a leader. Is that what you think they should do? They do like what Suning did? Start moving away from Core JJ because
I mean, Josh has a point, but the thing is, we're talking about Western top laners. Core JJ is again hitting 26, and unless like I'm not saying age shouldn't play a factor, but at some point it's gonna play a factor. Like
TL
that's
can
just
buy trees after he
that's
gets done playing jungle.
unless he wants to play jungle or like Wolf did that too for a few games. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember that. That was bad.
Top lane is easy to import, but we also seen that top lane is a rotation. Look at the changes that have happened in the LEC. Like a lot of top laners aren't starting. Like straight up, like Bippo's not starting. I don't know about Herod. Like positions have changed. So I don't know. Maybe not. But there's a language barrier, and Core JJ knew English before. That's why I remember he was on Dignitas too for a little bit. People forget that little stint. The language barrier, the language helps in the acquisition of players. There might be a plethora of supports out there, but if the language barrier doesn't fit, there's going to be communication issues. That's what I believe Unicorns of Love had, because
or
what happened was
they could role swap Jensen to support.
Unicorns of Love stated that their AD carry spoke French, but most of them spoke Russian, so they had a communication problem. so
Was
they
that
had to
when they
get it.
first came into the league?
No, this past that's
When they
this
had
past.
Stamix, right?
No. This past spring split when they went to MSI. That's why they
Oh, the
changed it.
new guy.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean that's like I said, I'm the TL thing. I'm pretty much
Yeah, same
good.
here. It's just one of those things where like you have 2-star players. I guess if they are catering to core JJ, I mean, good luck with potentially 100 Thieves, Cloud9, or TSM grabbing a superstar top lane in the offseason.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Alphari
TSM
could be a
literally,
jungler.
hey man, TSM literally got $210 million. You think they won't give Alphari about 9 of that? Come over to TSM for a little bit?
Well, they'd give you them. They'd give him like 5 and then 3 million with incentives.
Holy shit. Oh my god! And I told people this too. Like, don't get attached to one player, man. I know people are, like love Blabber, and the Blabber's in the same boat too. If Blabber doesn't perform, you think Perks won't go to Jack and be like, "Hey, man, can I get new jungler? Come on,
Can I get Yankos?
just bring back all of G2.
Yeah. Can
Put
I get
on
back
Cloud9.
Yankos? No, I
Can I,
mean,
can I get Wonder? Come on, import rules, they really matter, honestly.
I mean, who can I think the only upgrade TSM can afford to lose Honey. TSM can 80k loss has been playing better recently. I think people forget FBI was in the league has been in OCE and in the league for quite some time. So he's had a lot of more. Not talents. Like he's getting better. I think he deserves his spot now on TSM. After I saw the games he's had.
I think that this is my friend right here. Oh, yeah, this is my friend. Jat has a mind for the late game, but isn't flexible with the team that's given to him. Like, but this is a thing though. Like, being a coach is a lot different than obviously, playing on the stage, right? Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he has the exact same name. I'm sorry about that, dude. You're fine. So Jet has a mind for the late game, but isn't flexible with the team that's given to him. That's
No,
the thing, though.
yeah, Jad has a mind for the game, not the late game.
Good God, my brain is fried. Yeah, because it all boils down to, how would I say this? It all boils down to this. Just because you can think you all have, okay, how do I say this without trying to sound condescending to people who are going to watch the replay? You might be really, really thoughtful at something, right? But it's one thing to actually think of all of that, and then one thing to put it actually in the game. So let's use Batman, for example. Right?
Oh, it's EO.
Oh, shit.
He says it's me, Goober, and the only person I remember saying Goober was EO when we do the other cast. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So, let's do this. So let's try this example, right? Let's say Batman, right? So Batman knows a lot of different martial arts, right? He knows like 27 different martial arts. He's learned these, right? But it's one thing to learn all of these things and people to put them actually into use. So people would say, like, well, why doesn't he always put these things into use when he's fighting these villains? Because it's different. You have to actually be able to put those things into practice, though. Jap might know a lot about the game, but unless you're able to put those ideas and thoughts of how to actually play the game into the game itself, none of it's really going to matter, though. That's what really separates great coaches from good coaches. You know what I mean? So that's how I personally think about that. But that's pretty much it on the TL thing. I thought I'd give you guys the lowdown on that. NA just needs to stop being sensitive fucking pussies. Like, stop crying about professionalism. Most of you guys don't even have jobs. So what are you fucking talking about? Fucking broke motherfuckers on unemployment and welfare and shit. Oh my God, professionalism. Oh my God, go outside and get a fucking girlfriend. Fucking losers. All right. I'm nice for him, am I?
No.
Oh my God, Warren. Why are you so mean to me? What did I do to you?
You were conceived.
Wait, oh my God. Guys, Warren is not nice to me.
So
all right, if you guys are here, please like the stream. It would greatly appreciate that. It makes me happy inside. All right, so TSM and IMT go 3-0 this week, actually, which is really interesting. People have their week 1 overreactions and stuff like that. I genuinely think Raze and Xerxes played really well, for my own personal opinion, because immediately when we had Rumble Jungle come out of MSI 2021, I was immediately thinking about, okay, Xerxes played that on Unicorns of Love in the past, so you think that'd be a great ideal comfort pick for him anyways. Then you also had Raze popping off on Tristana. TSM looked really well. Power of Evil and Sword Art in particular looked really good. What did you think about TSM's performance this week, actually?
Oh.
Oh my god, I hate this guy so much. All right, time to leave.
That's my douchebag laugh. That's my douchebag laugh because
no.
I thought they were gonna be a little rusty. The losing from the semifinals. I thought might have had a mental kind of block on them, but it didn't. I think they performed well. They had some games where they were behind. Like they were, I think in the GGS, they played GGS, I believe, and I saw that they were behind like 3K gold. They came back. TL almost came back, but they didn't falter. They actually still won. I like the fact the way they played. They managed to come back from goal deficits. They had a little bit of scares, but they closed out the game. And then I saw a lot of aggression. Like I saw not Alphari. I saw Huni. He was on. I believe it was
right.
Nar, and he like flashed and got a double. Like they committed to like a dive, and they got like they got a turret. They got like flashes. It's like they're all in it as a team, and like even with the post interview, it's been memeing about the whole friendship thing. It just seems like they're all on one page. That's what I'm getting from all the games they've been playing recently. I thought they might have lost one game to IMT. Yeah, that was a dive. I was it was against this was the dive here, I believe.
There was that when Huni was on Nar. Remember how he made that Nar play when he was was that this game? No. He was on Nar on one of their games and he completely like was destroying this game.
I think that was GG. This play was this play was different, but this was like a mop up here, like
get that cleanup game.
Yeah, this cleanup game. But I feel like and you know what? I'm gonna say this again because I know Ravioli has mentioned it.
You guys have had your like Lucian and Tristan.
Listen. PoE might be a mage player, but the guy is a professional player. He knows how to play these champs. I've seen him on tracking the pros, the pros, right? Not Po, because that's what came out of my mouth. I've seen on tracking the pros him play different champs. We see them. He played the Viego. He played different champs. Yes, he's probably one of the best control mages and one of the best in the top for control mages. But he can play, and this narrative just needs to be finally squashed because like he had only one game of Oriana. But he had 2 different games of 2 different other champs. So I think.
What do you think about Viego coming into the
champ's broken? Champ is broken.
Legitimately broken.
Viego and Gwen are both broken. Like,
Gwen is.
Let me get this straight,
dude.
You have 2 champs that can basically shred a tank if they decide to play a tank. You have a shield that if any sort of range would go like Jace Blast or Ezreal R would do nothing, and then like the resets. If the person knows what they're doing with resets, it's just that's GG because not all the resets you take are good, right? Some of them could get you killed. It's like there's a lot of mechanical and outplays with Viego. It's nice to see the champ play. I think I was watching some LPL games and I noticed that they value Viego more than Gwen. That's what I noticed.
They have weird. It's not that they have weird tendencies in draft. They value completely different things than other people do. Yeah. Like when no one values a certain pick, they value it the most. Like they'll randomly value like Tom Kench, over anyone. Remember there was that meta where Tom Kench was nerfed into the dirt, and they literally would pick it every single time.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What is the good thing in this? They're like, it just saves your ADC.
Speaking of Tom Kench, he just got reworked, and I think once he's allowed in pro play, he's going to be even more annoying from what I saw with that rework. So Oh, Corey Lana just said something, by the way.
Oh, hi, Coriana. How you doing? Nightwing, I love how you put emotions into every topic. Even IMT going 3-0. Yeah, I have to give credit where credit is due. Raze and Xerxes played really well, actually. Otherwise, benching talented LEC players won't encourage more EU talents to come to LCS. That is also true. It comes into this thing. I think this is my friend, or at least he's trolling me. He was saying, I mean, Alphari is throwing a temper tantrum on social media right now. He's right about the game, but doesn't have to be going about it in that way. I mean, you're in like lose-lose situation no matter what. If you speak out, people are gonna criticize you. If you don't speak out, then people say you're being silent. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Yeah. But the thing with IMT is that's the thing with week ones, is what everyone to understand. I've been through a lot of week ones throughout watching this many years of League of Legends. It's generally all overreactions. There are some good things to take away, but you also have to give credit to where credit is due. I think TSM and IMT played pretty well, give or take their schedules, right? But then you also have to factor in, we'll talk about Cloud9 and how they actually wanted to give me a heart attack this week. Holy shit. And then people are saying, oh my God, they had 3 days of scrims. Excuses. Holy shit. If Perks went and shitted inside of Warren's mouth right now.
Whoa, no, I don't want that. I don't want chocolate on my teeth. No, thank you.
Literally, if Jack went outside and took all his clothes off and started running around butt naked and said Cloud9's going to win Worlds, are we going to believe that? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, I get it. They only had 3 days of scrims or like practice, right? But that is still an excuse for losing. Like, okay. It's like whenever a team loses, dude, people have this like list of excuses ready and prepared. Okay, they lost 3 days of scrim practice. They didn't really play. Okay.
So like, because if we're gonna go with that sort of take, then Doggo should have caused PSG to lose a lot at MSI. Am I right? If we're gonna go with that take, because he's a sub.
Lose MSI.
He's a sub. He's not a part of their team in PCS.
These excuses are killing me, man.
Excuses. Yeah.
Breaking me, man. But Cloud9 only had 3 days of practice. They were literally smurfing the Golden Guardians game. That had nothing to do with practice. They just threw.
Yeah, and it happens.
The 100 Thieves game, rightfully so, they won very hard in that game. 100 Thieves definitely won. Perks legitimately ran it down. Like, Perks legitimately actually ran it down. If there was a street right now, Perks legitimately sprinted down a bridge to get hit by a truck by how bad he was playing.
To answer Insight for Nerds, I don't think they can't fight, because we saw what Fudge did in the team fight at MSI with Lee Sin and how they team fought. I think they don't know how to properly work together in a team fight as opposed to just team fighting. And it has been known most of the times teams coming back from MSI have a slow start. Not an excuse, but it's because of many factors and other things. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm giving them an excuse, but it's something that's known coming back from.
This is not a slight excuse. They did just switch out their main ADC, but there's 4 other superstars around him, quote unquote blabber superstar, whatever you want to call him, right? Does he not have 4 other great players around him? Here, I'll show you guys this play right now. This tilted the fuck out of me. I did a highlights reaction to this, and I almost literally spit up my drink by how horrible this is. This whole game, they're winning. This whole game is pretty much won by Cloud9. It's this part where they get caught out right here, where King decides to himself he's going to just dive in and just fucking die, right? Fudge is smurfing this game, right? And right here, I honestly believe, they should play front to back. They definitely need to play front to back to win this game. This is an easy 1 game right here. This game is over. They're literally on their Nexus turrets. They have Baron play right here, And the issue here is, okay, it's coming up right here. I'm pretty sure it's this part right here. Why is your ADC and your jungler alone? Why are they walking alone together? Why is King alone by himself? This is just blowing my mind. Blabber, oh my God. Look at this troll shit. Look at this. I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, look at this, please. Like, it's so easy to understand how, 3 days of scrim practice should not excuse these basic, utter mistakes. So you have Blabber and King.
Good one, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, Alexander. Thank you. So look at this right here in slow motion. Okay. King is next to Vulcan. That's fine. He's by himself right now. Blabber and them lead by themselves. Okay, look, 3 people are going right here. These 2 are by themselves. The main key damage dealer are by themselves. Why? You need Rumble Equalizer to split the team down because there's a Zoe and a Tristana. They cannot take Equalizer or
and
they
look
will
at
die.
Solo. He has full Narbar, so he can easily, even if they try to come, he can just R them away, and now you have your jungler and AD carry cut off. So what are you left with? A Lee Sin, a support, and a Viego against all the, and look where the carries are for for GG.
They did not respect Golden Guardians. That is literally just disrespectful. Why they did not respect
Yeah,
the
look,
Leona ult?
Like
Oh my
like
God.
I said, I didn't even.
Why Perks by himself, dude? Look where Perks is. This utter horse troll shit. This is straight up trolling. Like, there's no way you're gonna tell me 3 days of scrims excuses that. There's no way. That is unacceptable on every front imaginable. This game is over. This game is won. I don't even really know why they're top when they could probably just wait out Narbar, force out Leona ult, and just win the game. Blabber's randomly by himself. King is by himself with no support. Perks and Vulcan are together. Now they get chunked out. Blabber has to flash over the wall. He's one hit. It doesn't really matter what he does now. He's basically just walking gold. And then, well, his game's already over at this point. And the 100 Thieves game, we don't got to talk about that. It's mid diff, right?
Yeah, mid diff.
That shit was just mid diff.
Yeah,
Perks was playing for 100 Thieves, man.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're transitioning right now, but yeah, I think TSM just guys. TSM's making worlds. I'm calling it right now.
All right, bye, Warren.
You're a fool. TSM's making worlds. I guarantee that.
They don't seem to have a leader to help them bounce back from MSI losses. But I would think Perks is their leader, right? You would think Perks is their leader, right? Hopefully.
Should be. He's the vet. He's like the most seasoned out of everybody on there.
Like, do you think them benching Sven? Because I never got a chance to speak to you about that. Do you think them benching Sven like is potentially going to mentally hurt Perks from playing? Because he did come over and play on Cloud9 because Sven and Mithy were here. Mithy as the coach, Sven as the player on the team. Do you think that's gonna?
I think Sven was a scapegoat. I think
Really?
Sven is. Okay. Because think about it. Like, imagine LeBron James gets MVP, but he plays like shit in the playoffs. Are you gonna bench the MVP? Really? You're gonna bench LeBron James? You ain't gonna do that. You're gonna look for the next person. I'm just calling it like it is. You're just gonna look for the next person. So we can't bench Fudge because everybody's talking about him on Twitter and everybody's praising him. Vulcans did pretty good. Perks, we just played 6 million. Oh, sorry, Sven. You gotta go. Like, I really think that's what happened.
Yeah. The NA fans love Blabber. Well, he kind of actually cost us MSI, but he didn't really mean to do it. He didn't really mean to flash and get scuttle crabs and lose games, right? Dude, he didn't mean it, right? Because I honestly think Sven and Vulcan played well. I honestly think Sven played pretty well up until a certain point, and he started downgrading. Blabber played bad pretty much the entire event, and he's not benched. See, my thing, I'd be okay with it if they bench Blabber too. And someone said, well, Shermfire isn't that much better either. You have missed the whole entire point. You literally are a broken brain dead moron if you think about it. If you actually just took that from what I just said. They both played decently. I think Sven decently bad. Blabber played bad the entire time and still didn't get benched. But Sven does, and Sven and Vulcan were actually winning a lot of the 2v2s. They won against Beryl and Ghost. They won against Gala and Ming. They won against every bot lane in the tournament. Not even really costing them games. And someone said, well, Sven backed out of fights too early. He's playing ADC. What do you want to do? Flash in and die instantly in fights? Are people bronze? You cannot do that. You can't just.
Most people are bronze or wood in chat. So not you, chat, by the way. Not talking about this chat. I'm talking about the people in Twitch chat. Let me clarify that. Or Reddit chat are either they're wood or soil. Like, I don't know what they're. And
rocks.
And Saba. I think cohesiveness, because he has not that comment, the comment above. Yeah, that might be, but teams might need. There's this 20. I believe it's 27 or 29 games. I know it's a high 20 game. I'm sure TL is gonna recover, hopefully, or they're gonna implode on the inside. I'm sure 100 Thieves got to upgrade. I'm sure C9 is gonna recover. I think there's going to be a lot of competitive teams within the top four.
Mhm.
I feel like Dig finally got a loss against a team that's garbage. Honestly, EG should have beaten them. Dig should have gone 1-2. I dare anybody to say I'm wrong on that
Dude,
one.
hey, outside of Dardoch playing like an absolute monster, Dig should have lost to EG. Dude,
Dig
Jizuke
should have lost,
literally.
and that new
Oh
80
my
carry is going
god.
to be something special.
Danny's good. I think they got a good ADC. I genuinely think he's a good ADC. Jizuke, just please switch that guy out. Like, I'm sorry, I like Jizuke, but please switch that guy out, man. Please, for the love of God, for my sanity, please switch him out. Impact is playing so well. Ignar played pretty, like, they're all playing decently well for what we expect out of them. Jizuke is just such a wild card. Like, Dardoch is playing really well, and so is Alphari. And I think Dig has played fine overall for this week, in quote unquote, right? But Dardoch was literally carrying them in that FlyQuest game. But and like Dardoch was 2 summoner spells down in one of the FlyQuest games when they had that like level 1 skirmish, right? And he still managed to come back because Dardoch realized to himself, instead of farming, I'll just consistently gank. Because they think that he'll just probably go and power farm when if you're in that position, right? He just was like, I'll just gank consistently. But even if he's playing really well like that, Ichi just threw the game.
They literally threw the game. And then the game where they fountain dive, oh my lord, my Lanta. That's what my friend tells me all the time. Like, cause my Lanta.
Remember when that Tristana game played? Oh my god.
They literally dived did anyone see their cams? I wish you could put up that game where their cams, everybody just like, yeah, we actually did this. I think it was it IMT they lost?
Was it?
Oh, no, it was FlyQuest.
FlyQuest. Oh my god!
And then they had the hobo Jose Dioto giving an interview. That man needs to get at least a little bit professional before he does
get a job in America. Oh my god!
Like he just came out of a garbage can. I don't know. If it was
Cut the mic, Warren. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Like I just feel like even when Jenkins had his interview, he looked like clean cut and everything. Like, come on, man, you gotta look professional, not like some bum that just had like his lines done a minute ago. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man, I don't get my lines done, and I always get the ladies right.
No.
Thank you, Warren. You're so nice, Warren. Like, I can't believe whenever I get married and my wife breaks up with me, I'll have you there to console me, right?
I'd be like, hey, want to go to a strip club? That's the first thing I'm gonna say. I don't care about your ex-wife. I'll be like, go to a strip club.
Holy shit. This game, I wanted to like watching these games, I wanted to like just seriously, like, I don't even know what to do. You could like watch porn or you could watch LCS. And which one do you want to do? Because which one might give you more enjoyment? I'm not even joking or being disgusting, guys. I'm legitimately asking a very important question. What would you rather do? Look at this shit. This my god, dude. My god. They see the Tristana with Baron buff pushing down their top tier turret. They're like, you know what? He's fine. Because Tristana isn't like one of the best turret taking ADCs in the game, especially with Baron buff, right? Nah, he's fine.
To credit though, TSM did play this smart though. They did play this smart. Mm-hmm.
Look at Lost just winning the game. And you have the fucking EG owner on Twitter last split going like, yeah, Reginald's being so mean to us, calling us a shitty LCS team. Well, I mean, was he really wrong though?
He's not wrong. When you get games like this.
Was he really wrong? Come on. I know people like rag on Reginald for his pretty bad takes. He wasn't wrong about this one. They're just bad. They suck. They really, really suck.
Okay. One thing I want to say is I think IMT might be the next dig this split.
All right, Warren. What copium are you on now?
No, what I mean is they're gonna win these games, and everybody's like, I am like,
Raz. Well, like last split with dig, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Raz is like saying, IMT, like, please, why do they have these guys that didn't amount to anything on the broadcast, on this screen? Like, I don't get it. Like, why do you have this man talking? Like, he was good in LPL. Let him be good in LPL. Why do you IMT, bro? Come on, they're not. What the last time they were relevant was 2016. I'm not saying the team's that great, but like, we got revenge talking bullshit. So I don't know if you're transitioning right now, but
what's the last one we have? Oh, we talked about everything, unless we. Oh yeah, before we preview this week's games, right? But outside of that, man, like here, this is just pretty much like what you assume out of dig, right? If Dardoch and Alphari really don't carry them, then they don't like do anything either. Like And credit to Alphari and Dardock. They're playing really, really well. Like, they're playing great, you know? And also, Cloud9, Team Liquid have all made benching decisions, right? Dig, going into this week, have benched Saligo for Yasui.
Yasui. Again, I don't know. Yeah. And then Bakery's explanation was like, this guy was okay in Heroes of the Storm, but that's a dead game, so let's not even talk about that. So like, I don't.
We wanted to give Yasui a chance. I mean, like, I watched some of the Academy games. I think Yasui's better than Saligo, but does Saligo really play so bad he needed to get demoted? You know what I mean? Like at least demote the guy if he's playing bad.
They went 1-2, Dig?
They went 2-1. They went 2-1.
So I guess they're really. I guess they have world aspirations. That's all I can think. That's why.
Oh God. Okay, Warren. Now you're just sniffing crack.
No, I don't do that. It's too expensive to begin with, and people are retarded when they do that.
Are you really gonna take that SK gaming excuse too? Yeah, we're gonna do this because
no. I think SK even posted like the whole blue. I don't know if you saw with the blue thing about how he got sick. SK's just in a shit situation. I feel bad for that organization. Like. Legitimately feel bad, but like I feel like, come on, like you really think revenge is better than Fudge? Like, come on, dude, like that's really silly. Like, Raz, stop it. Like, you need to, I don't know, jump down a rabbit hole, find a park and put yourself behind a garbage can. Like, I don't know what you're doing, dude. You don't belong. Like, IMT, like if you told me, Dig, I will be, yes, you have a gun to my head, I'm agreeing with you forcefully. I would agree that even Dig is better than
Dig. We've seen semi-consistent performances out of Dig. It's not like they're just complete trash, you know? But like IMT, what have they really showed us outside of this? This is the first week I've seen anything from this team. Literally anything.
And who are the teams they played?
They played again. Oh, let me see.
Yeah,
they played against 100 Thieves. I know that for sure. They played against 100 Thieves. They played against
which is their own. They beat I think 100 Thieves was might have been staged for me on that one, for real. Then they beat Guardians. They beat Golden Guard and CLG. Come on, man! Like we're really like you really like this is what I mean. Our broadcast, our broadcasts should be replaced by robots. That's how bad they are. I swear to God, like they're just that bad.
Dude, some of these takes I hear are just pure dog shit. After some of these games, IMT is gonna make top 4. Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna cut my dick off and I'm gonna cut my dick off and put it in my ears, right?
I think the producers literally have like telling them, "Hey, we're gonna shoot your relative if you don't make up these dog
bullshit narratives,
extraterrestrial X-Files takes." Like Emily, no, I agree. Emily Rand is good. Emily, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking when it comes to like narratives. Like Emily gives good analysis of games. I'm talking about narratives like Mark Z. He needs to like figure out if he needs to get a tan or something because he's stupid.
Hi and Emily, I'll give them credit.
Raz, I don't know. Primal can be
and,
decent.
Hi, Emily and Alorum, when they're on, good.
Primal can be decent too, because he's called out the community and he's also given teams. But like Mark Z, like I don't. They should have bring back Zyrene at this point because I don't know why. Like
Warren's just like, I'll just throw shade all day. Like Warren,
no, it's but am I wrong?
I think we definitely need a different broadcast after all these years. Like I respected them for trying to get different people this year, and I think the improvements are there with like the people you mentioned. More people would be appreciative. Just a few more people. You know what I mean? What would we say? Right? It's broke. You can't afford them. Come on. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, you know? Come on. Like, let's stop.
They hired the Tigers. Like
no, we know why. We know why.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I'm not going down that road.
Call it out right now. We know why they hired her. Because let me tell you, that camera was panning definitely past her waist half the time when I was looking on. So we know why they hired her. And those thighs were friggin' like my friend. She was looking like a thick chicken on the broadcast. So in those jeans. So I mean, she's smart. Like, don't get me wrong, but like,
well, it was because like some girl. She was like. Because I think we were talking on like someone called out Latyrus's interviews, right? I think in the Cloud9 group, and this person was like, I generally just don't like her interviews, and I'm not saying I don't. She's doing her job, whatever. I respect that, right?
Oh, she's getting better.
Yeah, and then, like, I always respect someone doing their job and trying to do what their best can, and you can improve. And I always leave it open. You can improve. But then someone's like, then I said potentially they hired her just because she's a girl. And someone took like, oh my god, they don't no, it's like how do I say this without trying to sound like sexist? I'm not. I'm generally not.
No, I could give an example once you're done.
Businesses hire attractive people to sell their product. That's any business, anywhere, any place you're gonna go.
Perfect example, right? ESPN, right? They have
what's that white
Molly,
girl, right?
They have Molly. That's First Take has Jenny because she's a pretty blonde woman. They could literally have a gay guy and push a narrative there. I'm not wrong when I come up with these takes, but they don't want to because, like, think about like you're covering, like, these producers are covering demographics and also agendas. Like
it's like this. You see a hot girl playing your game and interviewing your favorite pro players. You watch more because you see a hot girl. It's not sexist. That's just how businesses work. Like, you know, I'm just calling out it as I see it. I think she's probably a great person.
Yeah, I think she's fine. Right? I have no problem with her.
The problem here is, like, and I'm not gonna question Riot on their women problems they've had over the years. Yeah, we're gonna take Riot's opinion on women, right? Riot, let's not go down these lawsuits they have about women. I'm gonna trust their opinion on picking out women. I'm good. I'm good on that. Because I pointed that out to her, and she was like, "Well, Riot, no, we're gonna trust Riot on hiring women. Riot of all people, okay." People really want to go down that road? No, like, and I understand it from a business point of view, right? It's just a business point of view, but don't be like, oh, well, she's better than like Laura or Shocks. Like, come on, let me cap in here, you know?
Yeah, okay, all right, buddy.
Hey, Laurel's pretty good now.
Laura's gotten better. Laura's gotten better. Shocks is okay. I like Shocks actually. She sometimes when it comes to international events, that's where I'm a little touchy because she gets on that EU, like everything's like peachy keen, nothing can happen. But for the most part, she's fine.
Hashtag G2 win, right?
Okay. Hashtag G2 on the couch.
All right, guys. The matchups coming up this week gonna be some interesting ones. Let me make this actually bigger for you. And like I have in the title, TSM versus 100 Thieves is the match of the week because, I mean, unless you're counting COG versus TSM, then we'll know, obviously. TSM taking on IMT. As you guys already know right now, TSM is in first place at 15-6. 100 Thieves is trailing at third place at 13-8. Do you see a world where 100 Thieves actually overtakes TSM?
Well, it's a tough one because I do believe that someday is better than Honey, believe it or not. I'm not going to downplay it.
You're right. He started having that comeback like you predicted already.
I do believe Abadage will keep up with PoE. It's going to come down. It's going to sound very generic. It's going to come down to the bot lane. And if Closer can... it's going to come down to bot and jungle for both teams. That's right. Because the solo lanes are pretty... Huni hasn't really... I mean, he got ganked a lot on that Viego. Like that can happen to any of the best players. Happened to Alphari in the finals with passing and stuff. So I think it's going to come down to the bot lane. You know me, I'm always going to root for my team, TSM, baby!
I think 100 Thieves are taking this, man. Abadage got that more German pride in him than Power of Evil.
Okay. I mean, I like Abadage, so I can't even say anything bad.
But right now, I don't know, man. I think TSM will win this, actually. I do think it'll be a really, really close game, but I do think TSM will end up taking it, honestly. I saw more better things out of TSM than I did.
Yeah, their drafting has showed that they're becoming more flexible, and Bjergsen seems, with the help of Curry, to be understanding the meta better and what to play and how to flex. So I think that will help.
All right, TL versus Dig. We'll just shotgun these. TL.
I got TL.
EG versus IMT.
I want to say EG. I want to say EG, man, but like I really want to say EG because that Danny kid has been fearless. He's been like, I don't care. He's taking off the nameplates and saying LCS, I can take over. But like, I don't know if Jizuke is thinking that he's still on Vitality and Yamato's behind him coaching, or
he's got Gilioto. Does that count?
Yeah, I mean.
Not just kidding. He's have Gilioto. Gilioto's actually on IMT.
Yeah, I'm gonna say EG because they need their first win.
Yeah, I'm saying IMT. CLG versus GG. That's a waste of my time.
See,
It doesn't
CLG.
matter doesn't matter who wins honestly out of that. I'm not watching that game. You watching that live? I'm tuning
I,
out. I'm going on
I,
a date. What the fuck?
I'll take C9.
Sure. Yeah, let's just C9. Oh fuck it. This is a toss up. You know what? Fuck it. Golden Guardians. I don't even care honestly. All right, Saturday. 100 Thieves versus GG. All right, 100
Okay,
Thieves.
1T TSM
TSM, TL, C9, Dig, and IMT.
IMT. I just
You hate Dig.
see. I want either team. I don't. If Dig wins, great. If IMT wins, great. Either way, I want both of them.
Either way, you lose anyway.
Either team, I lose anyway. So I don't care. I don't care.
I'm taking Dig because nickname my is just a huge fan of the channel. Whatever. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let's just pick Dig. All right. Sunday we have a bunch of horseshit games. It's terrible. This is the worst week I've seen in a very long time. All right, FlyQuest, Team Liquid,
Yep.
TSM, everyone on this row right here.
I might. I'm gonna oddball and say GG over Fly. I think Jose Diota is overrated.
Do you think CLG's taking on TSM El Clasico? Bro.
But yeah, they always seem to go 2-1 or 1-2. So yeah, I'll call CLG on this one. So.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, he's picking TSM, guys. He's not. He's fucking trolling us to death.
C9, and I'm gonna go 100.
100T, C9, TSM, FlyQuest, TL. Yep, all of this row right here. 5 strikes. This side's out. I've never seen such a shitty week. Holy crap! Thank God I'm not going live to pay for this horse shit. I would get a refund for these games. I'm not even lying.
That's just unfortunately, as much as we're like memeing and clowning, that's just a testament to how bad the league is.
Like that's week 3. Week 3 is no better either. It's TSM Cloud9 for Sunday. That's match of the week right there.
Yeah, I mean, just a testament. Like, it's so sad, and this is not sad for the EU fans. What I mean by it's sad, all the LEC games, no matter what teams are playing, are watchable because there can actually be upsets. And
they're all exciting. They're all
exciting. And now with all the autofill changes, it's going to even be more to watch. So this is unfortunately a testament to our league, which needs to be addressed on the competitive nature and what needs to be done to make us better. Sadly.
Yeah, well, I think what would generally make us better is if people on Twitter stop acting like damn pussies and actually grow a pair of balls.
You can get surgery these days. I can pretend to be whoever I want. Remember? Guess what, guys? I identify as an alien.
I identify as a bouncing basketball, and I get turned down by hitting the concrete.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna die. Okay. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. Also, if you guys could please comment on this. Do you guys like it when we have a separate show like the Cloud9 podcast for LEC, or would you like us to combine the LEC with something like this? Because we tried the show out and it did pretty well in terms of views, right? We did 2 of them, I think. Yeah. In terms of I think it was 2 of them, right? I might be. I don't know now. So just asking you guys, do you guys want a separate EU show or you want it combined with this? That's all I'm asking. Do you want 2 separate shows, NA or an EU, or you just want NA and EU combined? That's pretty much all I have to say. I wouldn't mind doing the extra show, but it has to be a bit earlier. If you get these shows done earlier, it can make sense. But if it goes later into the day, makes it a bit harder on certain days for me personally. But that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say, man?
No, I think it's a good typical Fiesta start to NA with drama, with teams losing. So
sure.
get ready to be introduced to the circus at Ringling Ballroom and LCS.
It could be as bad as fucking Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, that thing was just that thing was definitely highway rob. Anyone in chat that's still, if you paid for that pay-per-view, you're an idiot. Like the man Floyd Mayweather literally said to the public, "I'm doing this for money." It's like, what? Okay, so I'm not gonna watch you because you're doing it. So he's cashing.
As if Floyd Mayweather never lost a 1v1 fight in the UFC, why would anybody take any fucking bets?
In boxing, yeah, he really hasn't. I think he has one draw or something like that. I don't think he never lost. He never tarnished his record, but that was just all for publicity and stuff.
So, some random YouTuber is gonna magically beat him. My brain.
And there was a point where Floyd got a huge punch on him because, of course, I didn't pay $50. I'm not stupid. And he caught him. He literally catches him in his hands, like he punches him. I think it's on Twitter where he gets him with a nice right haymaker in the chin, in the left cheek, and you can see he's about to fall. But it's whatever.
Hey man, that kind of fight will make you tougher, but that's all. I'm
20. I'm not stupid. You told me I could, if I lasted literally one round, like 30 seconds, and I get paid 20. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna talk to Logan Paul
and
with Floyd and be like,
they're gonna promote your YouTube channel on their fucking TV platform. I mean, in front of millions of people.
20 million? You look like a jackass? Sure, got me signed up.
Dude, I'll do some girl shit. I'll scratch his fucking skull.
Okay, I think we can close the show now at this point. Thank you. I don't need you to do that for me. I'm all right. Thank you.
Like, hey, man, do you need your shoes shined? I'll spit on them and you
can chat, like, comment, and subscribe.
But guys, I genuinely mean it. Do you want me to have an EU and an NA show? Because they're two different. It's two separate type of talking points, because having them combined has the issue of, if we talk more about NA, we might not spend as much time on EU given time constraints. It's up to you guys. I could try and test it out some weeks and see how it goes, or I could try and put it together. It's all up to you guys. Comment down below. See you guys later. I'll be I always stream on my main YouTube channel Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now we're doing low-key watch parties right now until the Wednesday night for low-key is over. Then we'll go back to the regular Nightwing show. The Nightwing show now has been, just until Loki's over, pushed till Thursday and potentially Saturday, because obviously having the watch party on that day means I can't have it on that day unless I have it really early, which is probably not going to happen because I want to rest on my days off. So yeah, if you guys want to see me tonight or every Tuesday and Thursday night, I'll be streaming on my main channel. That's pretty much it. Warren's also on Twitter, but he doesn't really tweet anyway. He's more of a lurker.
I'm still a boomer.
He's more of a lurker, and then randomly roast people whenever it's needed.
Yes. I come in like a ninja.
You actually look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Thanks, thank you.
I'm gonna get it bad on the show later tonight. Oh my god.
You remind me of Master Splinter, so it's okay.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. If you guys want to check me out tonight, every Tuesday and Thursday on my main channel, we are streaming. But I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing and Way of Life Esports. Is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. See you next week.
Take care, everybody.